Have you ever wondered what your washing machine would say if it could talk? Or your car? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the secret life of everyday objects and see how their stories are powering a massive, radical shift in our entire economy. I mean, really think about it. What if your water pump could send you a text saying it's about to break? Or if your car engine could tell the manufacturer exactly how to build a better one? This is the world of connected products, and they're not just cool gadgets, they're the absolute key to unlocking a truly circular economy. You see, for centuries, we've lived in a linear economy. It's a one-way street. You make something, you use it, and then you throw it away. Simple, but incredibly wasteful. The dream, the goal, is the circular economy, a closed loop where we keep products and materials in use for as long as humanly possible. The big question has always been, right? How do we actually make this loop work? So how does all this work in practice? Well, we're going to follow the entire life of one very smart product as it moves through this new circular world. We're going to see how it's designed from day one for a long life, how it shifts from being just a product to a service, how it gets reborn again, and finally, how it's recycled with real intelligence. Okay, first up, products that talk. The best way to think about these smart connected objects is as the eyes, ears, and, the nervous system of this new economy. They are constantly out there, sensing and communicating what's really happening in the world. So what even is a connected product? It's basically any object, could be a jet engine, could be your fridge, that's patched with sensors and hooked up to the internet. But it's the real-time data they generate that's the absolute game changer. It transforms the whole relationship from a one-way street into a constant conversation between the product, you, and the company that made it. All right, let's meet our hero for this story. We'll call it the Smart Flow Pump. It's an industrial pump. And from the moment it's even an idea on a screen, it's being designed to live a long, productive life, all thanks to the data from its older siblings out in the field. This data creates this incredible feedback loop. SmartFlow collects performance info from thousands of pumps that are already working hard. They crunch all that data to find patterns, pinpointing exactly which parts wear out the fastest and under what conditions. And that insight lets them design the next generation of pumps to be way tougher and more efficient right from the start. This data-driven approach even leads to something amazing called a digital twin, a perfect virtual model of the pump. Engineers can test new designs, they can simulate insane conditions, and perfect the product entirely in the digital world. I mean, think about it. This saves huge amounts of time, money, and wasted materials on physical prototypes. So our Smart Flow pump was born smart. But its intelligence doesn't just affect its design, it completely changes its entire life. In a circular economy, the business model itself gets flipped on its head. It shifts from just selling a product to selling a service. This is called Product as a Service, or PaaS for short. A water treatment plant doesn't buy the Smart Flow pump. They lease it and pay for a guaranteed amount of water to be pumped. SmartFlow, the manufacturer, still owns the pump and is on the hook for making sure it works perfectly. All of a sudden, their incentive isn't to sell more pumps, but to make their existing pumps last as long as possible. And this is where that connectivity becomes absolutely crucial. Through real-time monitoring, SmartFlow knows exactly how that pump is doing, second by second. They can use predictive maintenance, analyzing data to spot a potential failure before it happens, and schedule a repair. For the customer, that means almost no downtime. For SmartFlow, it means lower costs. The incentives are finally perfectly aligned. It's a total win-win. And listen, this isn't just some theory, just like at Rolls-Royce. Airlines don't buy their massive jet engines. They pay for power by the hour. Rolls-Royce uses thousands of sensors to monitor the engines while they're in the air, making sure they run efficiently and safely. They're selling performance and reliability, not just a hunk of metal. But what happens when the first user is done with our SmartFlow pump? In the old linear economy, this is usually where the story ends, in a scrap heap. But here, its value is just getting unlocked, all thanks to a data-driven secondary market. The pump's entire life story has been recorded. Its usage history, its maintenance records, every bit of stress it's been under, it's all there. This data basically acts like a certified quality report. It tells technicians exactly what needs to be fixed or refurbished, and it gives a new buyer complete, total transparency. So the crucial point is this. Data completely eliminates the guesswork and the risk of buying secondhand. A smaller manufacturer who needs a reliable, affordable pump can buy our refurbished SmartFlow unit with the exact same confidence as if it were brand new, because its entire history is an open book. After several long, productive lives, our SmartFlow pump eventually reaches its final stage. But you know what? Even its death isn't really an end. It's designed to be a new beginning, all thanks to smarter recycling. The very same data that guided its life now guides its disassembly. The pump's own internal information tells a smart recycling robot exactly what it's made of and the perfect way to take it apart. A fantastic real-world example of this is Apple's robot Daisy, which can precisely disassemble iPhones to recover all those valuable materials inside. And the impact of this is, well, it's staggering. For every 1 metric ton of components Apple's robot recovers from old iPhones, it prevents the mining of 2,000 metric tons of rock. Just let that sink in. That is the power of smart recycling, turning what we used to call waste into a valuable resource. This whole process is getting formalized into something called a digital product passport. Soon, you might be able to just scan a QR code on any product and see its entire history, what it's made of, and how it should be recycled. It's the key to unlocking this final, crucial stage of the circular economy. Okay, so we followed our pump's incredible life, from its birth to its rebirth as new materials. But what's the invisible force making it all possible? Well, it's the powerful digital backbone, the brains behind the entire circular operation. For any of this stuff to work at scale, a company needs a rock-solid digital foundation. That means a coherent architecture so all its products can speak the same language. It needs a powerful IoT platform to handle all those connections. It needs advanced analytics to turn raw data into useful insights. And, maybe most importantly, it needs layers and layers of security to keep all that valuable information safe. So our pump's journey gives us a really clear roadmap. It shows that the circular economy is built on a series of smart steps, using real-time data to design better products, shifting to a service model to get everyone's goals aligned, using data to create trust in used products, and, of course, underpinning it all with rock-solid security. That's how this theory becomes reality. You know, we started by asking, what if products could talk? But now, let's end with a much bigger question. If every single object, from a pump to a coffee cup to a skyscraper, had a memory, a history, a story to tell, how would that fundamentally change the world we choose to build? Because that's the future that connected products are making possible, right now.